这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的英语能力在美国日常生活是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
Ever heard someone say, "Cat got your tongue?" It's a strange thing to ask, right? A cat stealing someone's tongue? But this odd little phrase hides a trail of stories, some dark, some funny, and some lost to time. Let's go back hundreds of years. Picture a world lit by oil lamps, where sailors told tales that blurred truth and superstition. Somewhere on the deck of a British ship, a young sailor stays silent after being caught stealing. His captain, with a cruel smile, says, "What's the matter, boy? Cat got your tongue?" The crew laughs. The boy looks down. The phrase sticks. That's one story. But like many old sayings, no one really knows which story started it all. Some say it began with the cat o' nine tails, a brutal whip used by the British Navy. It had 9 knotted lashes, and every sailor feared its bite. If a sailor got whipped, the pain was so sharp that words froze in his mouth. He couldn't speak. So, they said, "The cat got his tongue." It's cruel. But history isn't always kind. Others whisper another tale, one that sounds like something out of a dark medieval night. They say in ancient times, people who lied or spoke evil were punished by cutting out their tongues. Those tongues were fed to cats as a warning to others. Creepy? Absolutely. True? No one can prove it. But stories like that tend to survive because they feel true. They carry emotion, fear, and a strange kind of poetry. As centuries rolled on, the phrase slipped quietly into polite English life. By the late 1800s, you could find it printed in children's books and newspapers. A child goes quiet after breaking a window. A mother says, half teasing, "What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?" It became a way to poke fun, not to punish. The darkness faded, but the phrase lived on, lighter now, like a shadow of its old self. There's something fascinating about how language works like that. A phrase born from fear can become something playful. A weapon of cruelty can turn into a joke between friends. It's almost like the words themselves learned how to survive, by softening. Think about it, "Cat got your tongue?" Isn't really a question. It's a way of breaking silence. When someone doesn't speak, we feel uneasy. Silence has power. It makes us wonder what's hiding behind it: guilt, fear, or maybe a secret. So, we tease it. We give it a name. We call it the cat. In old folklore, cats were never just animals. They were mysterious, witches' companions, Night watchers. Guardians of secrets. They saw what humans couldn't. So maybe when someone goes quiet, we imagine a cat sitting there, guarding the words that won't come out. Maybe that's why the saying feels so right. Here's a little twist in the tale. There's a story that in ancient Egypt, cats were sacred. Hurting one could get you killed. People believed cats could see into your soul. So if someone was silent, maybe it wasn't fear, maybe it was reverence. Maybe the cat didn't steal their tongue, maybe it held it gently until they were ready to speak. The funny thing is, nobody knows when exactly people began using this phrase. The first time it appears in print is around the late 19th century. But by then, it must have already been around for a while. Phrases don't just appear overnight. They crawl quietly into our speech. Like cats in the dark. Imagine a Victorian parlor. The clock ticks softly. A guest sits stiffly on the sofa, eyes wide, saying nothing after an embarrassing comment. Someone smiles and says, "Well now, cat, got your tongue?" Laughter follows. The tension breaks. The silence, once heavy, disappears. There's power in that moment, the way words can turn something awkward into something light. It shows how humans use humor to deal with discomfort. We tease silence because silence scares us. It reminds us of things we can't control, guilt, shame, or truth. But here's something else to think about. How often do you go silent when you don't know what to say? When someone calls you out? Or when emotions rise too fast to put into words? Have you ever felt that lump in your throat? That's the cat. Not a real one, of course. But that quiet, invisible force that holds your words inside until you find courage to let them go. Maybe "cat, got your tongue?" isn't just a phrase about shyness or embarrassment. Maybe it's a mirror. It shows us how silence works, how it can protect us or expose us. It reminds us that words are powerful, but silence can be even louder. So next time someone goes quiet in a room, maybe don't rush to fill the air. Maybe listen. Because behind every silence, there's a story waiting to be told. And who knows, maybe the cat is still there, sitting quietly, holding that story for just the right moment.
你太棒了，你学完了全部内容，你离英语自由又近了一步。下个视频见。